other results, we went offline, rip. But sorry about that. But for some reason we went offline. That's sort of weird. But basically, just just have to keep waiting for results. Again, in New Jersey, just a quick review. New Jersey, Robert Menendez won the Democratic nomination. Still have this one county yet to report. In New Jersey, again, Bob Hugh won this pretty handily. These House races were were expected to go to their respective incumbents and frontrunners. So again, most of these uncontested or already decided. But yeah, most of these uncontested or undecided. Still, Mississippi again, interesting. We have the Senate race, which is actually pretty close. You have David Berea, Howard Sherman, and Omaria Scott, the top three frontrunners. In this race again, only 300 and somewhat vote difference in these races. So so again, in the Alabama race, you actually have Walt Maddox falling below falling below 50%. Tommy Battle again in distant second, but still with only 35% reporting. These House districts again pretty solidly for one side or the other. Again, also pretty gerrymandered. Again, Attorney General. You actually have someone called Chris Christie running for Attorney General. You have, again, other races that are still yet to be decided, and still, Brittany Thompson. But still, this is the race that I'd be looking at currently, while we wait for some of these results to come in, because again, only a 1 percentage point difference between these two candidates. So again, this will be pretty close, unless someone just flops and falls out, which would be somewhat weird, but you never know. So sorry about that. Results still not coming in. So, wow, you just saw that. Only 238 people or votes are separating David Berea and Howard Sherman. 0.4 percentage points. So again, that is very close. You see a lot of color, a lot of people carrying different counties, in different counties. So you just gotta continue to wait. So Um, Again, Los Angeles is going to be important in the California race. Um, I honestly don't know what to do as of now. You know, continue to wait, I suppose. But yeah, so that's sort of weird. Iowa and Montana polls did actually close 11 minutes ago. As we were just talking, a few votes just came in. With Howard Sherman now closer with about almost only 200 votes, 0.3%, separating these two men. So again, we actually did just receive some results actually. In Iowa governor's race, we actually have Kim Reynolds being projected the winner, uncontested of course, and you have some counties again coming in already for Fred Hubel. Again, you have more than one candidate winning or running, but again, that's only less than 1%. Again, these 4 counties, small rural counties, with the exception of Sioux City, already being projected or said to be in the lead for Fred Hubel. Again, you have a lot of these House races expected or uncontested to be won. And so, as of now, you don't have any big results. We'll check Montana. We might have gotten some results from there. Yes, we have actually just gotten some results. Montana, John Tester, incumbent, of course, uncontested, has been projected the winner in the U.S. Senate race. We also do have of course, we also do have some races also being projected with I forget his name. I can't recall his name. I believe Matt Rosendale in the lead. But as of now, I'm unsure. So, we'll take a look. Try to get back into that. You actually have Russ. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name in the lead. So, you actually do take a look into a lot of these races, with again New York Times being a bit annoying, but of course you gotta pay to win now, which is a bit sad, but but essentially you know, we'll just have to look it up through another site. You know, of course, again, this is essentially Super Tuesday, but for primaries for the midterms. So, so again, California being a big race. What else? Montana, Iowa. What else? Mississippi at times, Alabama at times, and what else? And South Dakota as well. So, with that said, in my opinion, Vox is a bit biased, I'll tell you the truth, so, I don't know truly whether to trust it, but, as of now, if you do take a look, actually, go take a look. We go take a look into the Montana race. You have, again, Russ, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, in the lead, with Matt Rosendale in second place. You also do have Robert Menendez again winning pretty easily, but again John Tesha was uncontested. As I recall, Matt Rosendale is the state auditor. For some reason, I thought he was the state representative. Silly me, but essentially, that's weird. 100,000 voters in LA left off. But yeah, of course, a lot of these races being pretty big for both parties. But as you do take a look, Tommy Battle is actually winning second place as of now. Although KIV still in a commanding first place, with again the Mississippi Senate race heating up, with more results actually coming in for Fred Hubel. Again, a lot of these counties coming in great for him. Take a look. This Yellow County, John Norris is winning it, who's in third, and Nate Bolton, who's in fourth, is winning that. So again, sorry for the lack of basic results. You know, not really much I can do about that, unfortunately. So again, California, we're just gonna have to keep waiting on that. They close their polls at 8, so their time 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Again, most of these seats are pretty safe, but as of now, we're just paying attention to Iowa and to Montana. So as of now, I don't know if I have to keep reloading the page or something else, but yeah, just have to keep waiting for these results. I'll be right back, actually. In a few minutes, I believe we should actually be getting some results. And so I'll be gone for a few minutes, so just stay in there, stay tight, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and still races, still undecided. We actually have six people actually watching. So apparently Robert Belling got arrested for getting arrested for something, I don't know. That's odd. But oh no, okay. But again, Russ, I'll just say Phage is in the lead with Matt Rosendale still behind. California's polls do close in about half an hour. Be right back just to get my charger so that the stream doesn't not die. Alright, I'm back. And might actually have to go mute just for a bit again. Again, California being a big state. Mississippi, the Senate race there is close. Wow, look at that. Only 166 votes separate. Actually, Howard Sherman just took the lead. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That's big. Howard Sherman just took the lead in Mississippi, overtaking David Berea. Wow. 77% of precincts reporting. Again, almost half of the votes on the Republican side. But this is very big. Due to, again, Howard Sherman being behind the whole night. Oh, sorry about that. But Howard Sherman was trailing the whole night in Mississippi in their Senate race, and just took the lead. And is leading by 202 votes, 0.3 percentage points in Mississippi. So, 77% of precincts reporting. You would have to take a look at, I don't know exactly, but you'd have to, take a look where votes are still outstanding. That I know of, results will not come in from some other places until a good amount of time. Essentially, Fred Hubel just took or gained more votes for himself. Now 52.2% to Kathy Gloson's 19.2%. He's at 33,429 votes and has a convincing lead, scaring all the big cities: Sioux City, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Davenport. And again, what shocked me was Howard Sherman taking the lead. Of course, again, he was trailing the whole night. If you take a look, he's winning more in the rural areas and not the cities. He's winning. He actually has no cities, big cities, in his favor. He's winning all the rural areas where there are less people. But the one thing I would worry is if you're in the Howard Sherman campaign, is that take a look. You have some of these counties are fully reported. But David Berea, in these big cities, you have 3 precincts you have to be reported, 10 precincts to be reported, 3 18s. You still have a batch of goods in there. But so that race will definitely be close. And will be go down to the wire, especially with there being almost 80% of precincts reporting. So only 3 people watching, so go share this stream on Hangouts with anyone you know. Tell your dog, tell your grandma, tell your parents, tell anyone. Even if you dislike it, just appreciate it. But essentially, 54 Walmatics, or 54% precinct reporting. KIV has a demanding lead of over double what Tommy Battle has. I'm surprised they haven't projected that. Probably because they're still withstanding votes out. Governor in Alabama, Walt Maddox has a convincing lead, almost double of what Sue Bell Cobb has. And that last county just came in from New Jersey. I don't believe that will be of any importance as of now, but basically you still have California to still close. Again, those results will probably come in immediately. You have many people still waiting for results. Anyone you probably know that's into politics. Due to, again, a lot of these states being more smaller states, unlike California, with the exception of California. But yeah, as I was saying, as they take a long time to report, again, also with the exception of California and New Jersey, it'll take some time to report them. Annie McGuire is winning this county, but again, you see Fred Hubel winning a majority of these counties, the big counties: Sioux City, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Davenport. But by the way, I am working on a governor's election night. So, oh wow, look at this. 26% of precincts reporting in Montana, and a huge chunk of votes for Matt Rosendale just came in. Russ Fage just went down to 39%, 16,329 votes, to Matt Rosendale's 32%. Sorry about that, but he has 13,219 votes. But basically, a lot of results yet to still come in. But this is again a close race. As I said, it says up here that Russ Fage is attacking Matt Rosendale to be a carpetbagger. While Matt Rosendale is being backed by many outsider groups. So again, still too close. I would say too early to call. But we actually just had a projection. There is runoffs in Mississippi. It appears that Howard Sherman and appears that Howard Sherman and David Berea are going to go into a runoff election to decide the Democratic nominee for Mississippi in the United States Senate. As we can easily tell, with 69,999 votes, 80% of precincts reporting, it is pretty clear that with Howard Sherman in the lead, no candidate will receive over 50%. And so with that said, those two men, Howard Sherman and David Berea, will go into a runoff. Maria Scott just missed it. And so Roger Wicker will still wait for his opponent, even though this is probably expected to go red. So again, as you do take a look, if I had to give a guess, I would say that due to a lot of the cities already going to David Berea, as you take a look, there's a check mark for MS to run off. A lot of the cities are already being for David Berea, with the exception of Hattiesburg, and a lot of the rural areas. With the exception of those going to Howard Sherman, I think that Howard Sherman has the advantage because, again, there are more rural counties in the state of Mississippi. Yeah, more rural areas in the state of Mississippi than cities, so, and urban areas. So, and again, a lot of these will probably go to Howard Sherman and could potentially give this election to either man. And so, with that said, right now, potentially maybe MSNBC's on. But basically, the polls in California do close in 21 minutes. So again, this California race will be pretty close. Again, if the Republican wins, it'll probably not be close, or at least the general election. If the Democrat wins, then it potentially could be close. So, with that said, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and polls do close in California in 18 minutes. And so, with that said, you know, we just gotta wait. Roger Wicker, will receive over 100,000 votes. So that is good news for the Republicans. But on the Montana Senate race Republican primary, 32% of precincts reporting. Russ Fage has 34% to Matt Rosenell's 31%, 17,259 votes to 15,901. Yeah, Jacob, I know they come in at 11. Keep saying it, I believe, because I probably keep saying it because I live on the West Coast, by the way. So if you're still watching, you just found out that. But basically, what we're waiting for is results. Oh, just look at that. Speaking about results, Fred Hubel has been projected to be the Democratic nominee for governor in the state of Iowa. He's won pretty convincingly. Getting 2 green counties for Nate Bolton. 1 for John Norris, 1 for Annie McGuire. But the rest, big cities, Sioux City, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, all going for Fred Hubel. Again, will face Ken Reynolds. Will face Fred Hubel will win. Will face Kim Reynolds in the Iowa governor's seat. As I said it, 100,000 votes for Roger Wicker. And I just realized why they haven't projected these races, because these races go into runoffs. Sorry about that, but so Tommy Battle could potentially pull KIV into a runoff. Same thing with Sue Bell Cobb. But if I'm Walt Monarchs right now, I wouldn't be so worried. Especially since you have a lot of the rural areas and some of this and most of the cities, with the exception of Montgomery, which is part of the Black Belt. So again, you're at 52%. Same thing as around the same thing for all candidates, or top 2 candidates, for both sides. And so with that said, we actually do have only, I think, audio, because copyright, sad face. So just
criminals and separating their parents from families under that auspices, but it's actually contrary to precedent. It's contrary to the law.
Speaking of that, is that Latino vote here in California is going to be close due to again, Trump's issues. California being especially in Los Angeles, being a state with a huge Latino vote. especially in Los Angeles. But yeah, so some of the results. But okay, so as of now, not really any results. As of now, probably will take a actually no. Yeah, so essentially as of now,
so when the president has
not really many results. So polls yet to still close in California. They close in 12 minutes. Again, not a huge target for Democrats, despite being a reliably Democratic state. And so we actually do have a runoff here for House District 2 that involves an incumbent. So that is a somewhat surprise, especially for being an incumbent. So that is actually surprising. So there will be a runoff in the House District 2, Alabama's House District race. Sorry about that. But okay, so auditor not really important, but again, polls close in 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes in in California. And so I might actually now get in a voice call with my friends, because a lot of them live in California, and so they have a lot more knowledge than me about that state. So and so we'll check that out. 36% of precincts reporting. Let me just mute this for a bit. But 34%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. 36% of precincts reporting. Russ Fage in the lead. With 17,328 votes, 34%, 15,924, 31% of precincts reporting, and we might get into a voice call right now with to speak about the California races. Again, there's some excuse me. Oh god, this cough is terrible. There's so many races to talk about that I don't think I'll be able to do it myself. So the stream has actually been successful going on for about an hour now. So so I probably will leave uh, did you know House Minority Leader, House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi is from California. In the 12th district is I believe in California, in the Oakland, San Francisco area, I want to say. And look at that. Kay Ivey has just been projected the winner in the Republican primary for the governor's race in Alabama. So, with that said, no runoff in this race, and this race has been pretty contested as of now, and will actually not end up in a runoff. So that's good news for her campaign, bad news for the Democrats, as they could easily end up in a runoff election. But for people watching, polls do close in 7 minutes. In California. Personally, if I had to go for someone, if I had to, in the California Senate race, I think Dan Feinstein will easily win that, regardless, because she don't have to go into the general election. And governor, I think, for me, Gavin Newsom is too progressive for me, personally. So I think maybe someone like Antonio Vigorosa or maybe a Travis Allen fits me. So I will get in a voice call. You probably won't see their faces, but let's just hope that you do join. And with that said, you'll start hearing some voices that aren't mine, like this guy if he joins. And we'll actually turn off the music or dim it for a bit, so that you can hear their beautiful voices. But but John right here supports Gavin Newsom, I believe. And so so you might hear their voices right now. And so some stuff is going wrong right now, of course, like always. And so polls to close in 4 minutes. 4, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's up, y'all?
Hey, Poro.
Alright, no vibrating phones right here.
Gotcha.
Alright, but polls will close in California in about 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes. Again, the Senate race, and the governor's race being the most notable But you guys probably know Terrell. Terrell, say hi.
Hello.
And John is the new one. I don't know if he wants to say hi. No, alright.
Lampros doesn't talk.
Oh. Oh my god. No. Of course. Oh my god. Alright. And by the way, join Mech if you guys haven't. But
Whoa.
oh my god. But yeah, I was a former vice president there. But oh my god. Please excuse me truly about this cough. Because that sounded terrible. But polls do close in California in 2 minutes, and so Mississippi has basically been decided. We'll shut that off. And we'll go mute just for a bit. We'll take a break before the polls close. And so it is now 8 p.m. Eastern, or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and polls have now officially closed in the state of California in all of their districts, and they have
Welcome back, Poro.
and so yeah, we'll just wait for some results. I wonder why. John's mic. John, are you alright? And don't put any music, because I don't want to get copyrighted, man. How about no? Sorry about that. But again, what I really want to focus on is the governor's race primary. Again, it's a jungle primary, but really the contest is between Antonio Vigorosa, Travis Allen, Gavin Newsom, John Cox, Delight Neeson, and John Chung. But basically, for second place, yeah, sorry about that, John, but we are gonna talk to my amigo, my friend. Oh my god, that is loud. Alright, but we had to shut off the music for a bit. That was really loud. But but wait for results to come in. They should trickle in pretty quickly. With already again in the jungle primary, only 2 candidates were running in these two in this district, so they will both move on to the general election. What's up, Asher? Ain't no swearing, alright? Why? Oh yeah, cause you support John Chung, right? Yeah, he's not doing too well. Like,
He can pull off a surprising second place.
nah, I'm going for Vega Girls, so you already know.
Vera goes almost made LA bankrupt, so
Oh my
it's gonna be close to
god.
LA.
Yeah, what were you saying? Money man. That the way you said it, it sounds sort of weird. A money man. Like a rich guy, like Schwarzenegger. He'll give you money. Bro, I'm not actually. Bro, if Vigor also loses, I'm actually like be sad. I have a really bad cough, so I cough a lot, but so Via Girls needs to do really well in Los Angeles. Again, he was the mayor there. Yeah. Because if y'all didn't know, California has a weird rule. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, we have a projection from. Oh no, wait. We have a projection from Alabama for the Democratic primary for governor. We have Walt Maddox with 77% of precincts reporting. He will win the Democratic nomination in Alabama. So Alabama is basically over. We're still looking at the Montana Senate Republican primary. But alright. Yeah, Tony Vigorous needs to do really well in Los Angeles. And maybe some. No, but he's like the main one. Get out of my. No. I'm checking CNN. Fake news now. Yeah, yeah. Like all the way at the bottom. What? Basira. Yeah. I think he's probably the incumbents are probably going to easily win. I don't know about Treasure. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, DJ Cox. By the way, guys, a lot of these races, that there are only 2 candidates, they automatically win because they go into the primary. That's just a jungle. As it's a jungle primary, so as of now, you'll probably see the first result from like the Beria, LA, LA, because probably some. Yeah, that's how it was for like the other results. So I wouldn't be surprised if we'd still be here like. Like something happened to like the Secretary of State. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, and there was an error apparently that 118,000 registered voters in Los Angeles, I think, or in all of California. Yeah, in Los Angeles actually. Got weren't allowed to vote because apparently a glitch didn't allow them to. Yeah. Would be the dream scenario is that if it's like a 3-way like really close race like within like 1,000 votes and they have to like recount like everything. Okay, now with 36% of precincts reporting, The Montana Senate Republican primary is getting really close. Yeah. Yeah, there have been no official votes. Oh yeah, Nasha, since you're from California, maybe if you're watching CNN, right? Some no. What I've seen no. Every time I go mute, I like go run to my living room and go check. Cause there's like yeah, but there's this guy called Russ Fagg in Montana who's in first place right now. 32% of the vote. 18. I know. You know, one of my friends at school was like, bruh, since like in Montana, you know, a lot of Republicans and Republicans oh wow. Alright. So for this, yeah, my son is leading currently. Currently, she's at 32.2%, 15,000 votes. The Fresno area came in. Yeah, the county of Fresno. We'll get that right now. James Bradley, the Republican. Yeah, he's a Republican. Has 13.2%. Kevin DeLeon, who is I think the majority leader in the state senate, has 9.3 votes. And not really worth checking the others. No votes. No votes for governor. That's true. No, John Cox too, I think. He ran for Senate. Wait, Rocking De La Fuente? Or who? Oh, new votes, new votes. Orange County. Damn fine. This is a bigger county. Initial results only in DC. Already 100,000 votes. So that's actually really good. Looks like there's gonna be a high turnout for this primary. 227,020 votes. I know. Oh my god. But you see, here in Orange County, since about 70,000 votes, 38% for Dianne Feinstein. James Bradley getting 12%. Aaron, I'm not gonna try to say the last name, has 7%. Again, compared to Los Angeles, Orange County is a pretty conservative county. Yeah, I don't think there have been any results for. Please, yeah, there haven't been any results for any other house races. Neither for any statewide yeah, no results yet. Oh, new votes, new votes. John Cox is winning. Oh my god. Yo, okay, I did not expect this. John Cox has taken an early lead. 81,557 votes, 34.5%. To Gavin Newsom's 57,374%, 24%, or 374,000, 24.3%, 24%. Travis Allen has 13.8. Antonio Migrosa has 28,000, 12%, and John Chung currently has 20,000. John Chung currently 19,000 votes, 8%. He's actually doing pretty good compared to what I think he would have done. But oh, I see why, because Anthony Vigorosa and everyone's gonna be shocked. They're gonna be like, what? But look, Anthony Vigorosa and Gavin Newsom basically canceled out and in Orange County is more of a what? Oh, yeah, again, about half of the vote for Dianne Feinstein. Jesus. Yeah, I saw. Oh, way more. Okay. 1, 2, Tehama and Ventura and Stanislaus. All for did you get any ads for him? Did you or no? Did you get any ads for him? Like, Uh, basically, most of these counties are actually. Oh, huge county, San Bernardino County just came in for both the Senate and governors. So, San Bernardino County again, pretty good, pretty well for Dan Feinstein. She maintains her through her main lead. John Cox currently in the lead with San Bernardino County. Uh, San Bernardino County coming in for John Cox with Los Angeles County and like the Bay Area. Yeah, but they're only early results. You don't have like the what. Oh God, we're both sick, aren't we? But basically, Gavin Newsom comes in second, about 75,000 votes, 23%. Travis Hunt comes in with 45,000. How many percent? For some reason I can't see. 14 or for the Senate. All right, well, 12% for Antonio Villarreal, so 43,000, and about 30,000 votes for John Chung, 8%. Okay, yeah. 1%, I think. That's what 2%. Yeah, I know. I saw. Solana also came in. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Way more. 3% came in. Ooh. Alright. Yeah. Bruh. I know he's incredible. Bruh. Alright, new counties. Alright. So, in the Stanislaus County, John Cox again, another lead. And in the Bay Area, Napa County, coming in, going for Gavin Newsom. 48%. Again, that's his home territory. County just came in for James Bradley. Glenn County. Barely by 1 vote. Oh, and by the way, guys, regardless if one candidate receives over 50%, there is automatically a regardless of party, well, okay, so Dan Feinstein has been projected one of the two winners for the jungle primary in California, their Senate race. Bruh. Of course, they got 1%. No, she was polling at like 1%. Yeah, she was. That's sad. But so currently, the Los Angeles County hasn't come in, the Bay Area hasn't come in. But basically, yeah, I would cut it at about Aaron Cruz and up. I think oh wait, he's a Republican, isn't he? I was gonna ask for him on YouTube. Bro, I'm dying. Go get your Obamacare. I know. You're still gonna be counting votes at like 4 a.m. though. Yeah, of course. Nah, fam, I'm going to sleep. So Sierra County just came in. For Dan Feinstein. Whatever. Really want to pay attention to. Though. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna put Kevin Newsom. LA could easily be split by Newsom, Chung, and Vieira. So, bro, just watch this guy. What's his name? In Los Angeles, beat him. No, James Bradley. So that's 8:30. No, in Senate. Wait, where? Oh. Oh yeah, good amount of votes. As well as San Luis Obispo. Basically gonna be James Bradley, Kevin DeLeo, Paul Taylor. I'm not gonna try to say last name. And Aaron Cruz. That's what I would say are the real contenders. Toss up for Cali. My friend at school used to. Oh, alright. So, San Jose. Santa Clara just came in and Gavin Newsom just took the lead. 188,000 votes, 31% to John Cox's 28%, 170,000 votes, 13%. So right now, Antonio Vigorous and Travis Allen are fighting for third, about 77,000 and 70,000 respectively. I just saw votes change. John Chung is at about 8% with with about 50,000 votes. If I'm Newsom, I want John Cox to win. If I'm Villagrosa. What? If any of the Democrats win, along with Newsom, it's going to be close. Actually, if John Chung wins, I think he actually has a really good shot. Like, a better shot than maybe, like, Travis Allen or someone. Maybe even Villagrosa, because he can appeal to, like, conservatives, since he was the treasurer. Alright, new votes to... Oh, John Cox just took back the lead. He's the first one to get 200,000 votes, 32%. Yeah. 27%, about 160,000 votes. About 160,000 votes for Gavin Newsom. 90,000 for Travis Allen. Antonio Villagrosa at 12%, 72,000 votes. So Villagrosa actually, I think, is sort of underperforming. Okay, if you take a look on a lot of these counties, he's not really contending. Like, the only place he's doing somewhat well, that he actually has a good amount of votes, is Ventura County. And, Fresno. Wait, what? What happened? Chung got 8. No, I mean he's at 8%. Oh. Okay, good. So right now, we really can't say anything to really look all special. I'm gonna try to get some CNN on here or any... No. I'm gonna try to get CNN on my computer. What? No. Oh, finally, he just won the live stream. They're reporting on it right now. And they're reporting on it right now. It says California jungle primary complicates Dems midterm strategy.
We haven't had the faux pas that the Republican Party has had by nominating somebody who is just completely out of the box, who cannot win a general election. I do think, though, that the divisions that we begin this conversation about are fizzling away. There are people like myself who are engaged and in the trenches who simply don't want to read.
Sorry now.
Come on, Ellie, come in.
That. In Georgia, for
What?
example, just last week, you had Bernie Sanders, Nina Turner, myself, Kamala Harris, so many people who were on different sides of this come together for Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams got 80% of the vote, and now she literally has a credible chance to be the next governor of Georgia. We can argue that point later.
I'm
just saying that there are a
scared.
lot of individuals who are.
Oh no. LA comes in, John Cox is winning LA. If John Cox wins first place, we're all going to be laughing, okay?
We're gonna be dead, fool. This is gonna be hilarious and like weird. Like never trust the polls ever again. Like don't even do polls anymore.
Jacob Tani was like, there's gonna be a red wave coming to California, and we're all like, nah. And then today happens, and then there are so many red counties in the governor election. Just remember, San Bernardino, Orange, Riverside, Ventura, Fresno, all went to Hillary. I think this is just the early mail-in. Because Republicans vote early. Because they're all old people. Del Norte came in for the Senate.
Yeah. Kevin De Leon is starting to gain some ground. Still needs, he needs to perform well in high Latino population counties.
300,000 votes.
We'll check on the Montana Senate race later.
It's all about California right now.
It's sort of, yeah.
Opposition. So we're not out there nominating a Todd Aiken. We're not out there nominating the woman who thought she was a witch in Delaware. We're not doing Christine O'Donnell. We are not.
Fresno, Antonio Villaraigosa is now second place in Fresno.
Sure that we have enthusiasm and we have people running, and the people who win these primaries are going to have a credible shot.
We're going to have more ahead tonight on the Republicans, the GOP's evolution, as we've been discussing.
New votes, and Gavin Newsom takes the lead.
Oh, new votes?
So Gavin Newsom has 40,000 votes, 30% to John Cox's. 230,000, 29%. Travis Allen has reached 100,000, 13%. Vigorous is at 87,000, 11%. John Chung is at 8%, 61,000.
Small business. Up top.
Because new votes from Santa Cruz came.
Jesus. Oh my god.
De La Fuente is a joke. Irish said that.
Alright, so Travis Allen just won his first county.
Where?
Del Norte County,
I'm
which is like
right now. Yep, Del Norte.
Del Norte, which is like all the way.
Del Norte went to John Chung in his 2010 election.
We have results in the House District 5. The incumbent has 80%. Just a fight for second, basically.
Let me check the lieutenant governor race.
I got you. House District 10
Cole Harris
is a competitive race. 40% for Jeff Denham, who's a targeted Republican. There's this guy called Josh Harder. Josh Harder. Alright, Lieutenant Governor.
That's gonna be sad. Travis Allen only wins Del Norte. I'll be really sad. He's like, all this work for just one county.
So currently Cole Harris is in the lead with 22%, 160,000 votes. Eleni.
Oh, they projected him the winner?
No.
Um,
Eleni.
Cole Harris. I'm going for Cole Harris.
Kunalakis has almost 20%.
Kunalakis is in second place. Barely by 3,000 votes. Let me look at my district. No results reporting in my district because LA hasn't reported. Humboldt County has came in for the Senate.
Sorry, I'm still looking at the lieutenant governor. Close race between
County.
second and third. Ed Hernandez is at 90%, 135,000 votes. Wow.
Gavin Newsom has a lead. Oof. Delane Easton at 2% now.
California and elsewhere. We'll check back in with John King shortly. But first, a story from the intersection of politics and culture and football. The Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles were originally supposed to visit the White House today. Last night, the president pulled the plug. He first said it was because players wouldn't stand for the national anthem. That wasn't true of any Eagles, actually, during the regular season last year. Then he accused them of some of them staying in the locker room during the national anthem. That also was not true either of any Eagles last season. Then Press Secretary Sarah Sanders accused team members who weren't attending of disrespecting their fans. And she also said it was a political stunt.
New results in.
They informed the White House just before the event that only a few representatives of the team would be coming, and then offered to reschedule when the president would be overseas. Best we can tell, there are only really two significant and solid facts in this controversy at this point. One, a substantial number of Eagles.
Yeah, it's basically.
Secondly, that the president, as sources
San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara.
Basically, it's basically come down to Los Angeles and rural areas. Come down to like who got second.
Every county near LA has been reported except LA itself.
Or you know what's going to happen? Their business is going to go to hell. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Sacramento is going to be interesting.
Maybe you shouldn't be in the country.
Back now with the panel. Mike, I mean, by the time of the midterms,
the
NFL season's going to
let me give you a stream to the I send in Hangouts call.
A winning issue for the president to be pushing.
The numbers would say.
That's the CNN
and the
stream.
numbers, if you looked at the ratings for the NFL, it would tell you this is we've discussed. It's a cultural fight, and it kind of puts Democrats in an odd position because they are forced to support the players for reasons that are understandable for what the players are talking about. That's where Democrats are going to wind up. But the president's putting them cleverly in a place where they're not for the military. And by the time you get there, you've really done damage to yourself because when you're explaining, you're losing. And so he's picked a wedge issue here where the American people are with him, saying the flag is what brings us together.
So as of now, in the Senate primary in Montana, Matt Rosendale is slightly I forget his name, other guy, FAGG.
And I think that sometimes in this country,
by about a percentage point.
Politically, especially here on election night.
Santa Barbara is now reporting.
Or the president of the United States is as petty as they can.
Tongue's lead has decreased.
Comments. And use that as a ploy. When it's very obvious, as you just said, when it's very obvious what he's doing is he's dividing the country. The fact is this.
But you don't think other presidents have
utilized culture wars to this extent? I don't think we have some president. that
What?
utilize culture wars to this extent. The fact is this,
I'm posting
I
on the
would be remiss
Meg
if
chat
I didn't
pictures
mention
of
this.
Jacob Tony
These
flipping a
players are
pickle.
kneeling because of injustices, racial injustices, police brutality in this
Want me
country.
to send it to you?
No one is disrespecting the flag. No one is disrespecting
Nah,
our
that's all right.
military. And the fact that they're voting.
No, I'll send it to you. Poor you like those photos.
There is a massive group of Americans who watches this happening, and I actually think it hurts the cause of the players because there's ways for them to talk about this that would not also divide the country and do it. When Colin Kaepernick decided to take a knee during the national anthem, he knew he was being provocative, and he knew there was going to be consequences for what he did, or else it
Humboldt is now reporting
Now the consequence. A military hero actually.
in the governor
Let me finish my point. So he knew that he was going to do something provocative. That's why he did it during the national anthem, because he wanted to
Gavin
defend
Newsom.
So, Chong
so that they would.
is at 70,000.
3%.
8%. Vigoroso
I know.
is at 95,000. Travis Allen 14%.
We'll understand. They're too.
John Cox 30.
They should protest.
I'm gonna finish my thought.
Not only is it violative of our First Amendment, but it's patently absurd. I mean, like I said,
John Chung in El Dorado County.
It's you and people like you who would tell Martin
he's
Luther King Jr.
relative
and
there.
John Lewis they don't need to march across the bridge at Selma.
Absolutely
They should find somewhere else.
No,
Well, you
that's not
should
true.
not have a sit-in because you're making
No,
other.
there's
I'm
my
gonna
point.
finish my
A
thoughts,
sit-in
though.
is a
I'm gonna
very
finish my
different
thoughts.
kind of- well, I'm not going to have you disparage what I believe about the civil rights movement.
Well, let me
by
tell you
saying
this.
I would not.
Because you're uncomfortable.
I like how Bakari Sellers keeps getting interrupted. And he's like, I'm gonna finish my
Ventura County
thought.
has gone red.
What?
Show up at the White House. What did they do? They went to the National African American History Museum. They went to Kevin Durant's old high school and gave back. They could care less about the President of the United States. And their global stature has increased. So
They,
it's a
did,
red
they,
herring.
they protested things that weren't provocative and designed to offend people. And so here's my point. I actually agree with some of the things that the players, I personally agree with some of the things the players, I wish that they had done it a different way. It would be easier for me to talk about what it is that they stand for.
Why can't,
But-
because I take a knee, why can't you say
Let me finish. Okay, here's the difference between going to a lunch counter and getting arrested, because you should have had the right to go in the lunch counter in the first place. That's different than chaining yourself to a building when you know there's going to be consequences for your protest.
I want to
These
see Nevada
players,
County.
right, we work for
That
CNN.
goes.
We couldn't just decide to walk out of here right now as a protest and not face consequences from our employer. So why would they be? They're up in arms about it.
Why is up
The
in arms about it? They're not up in arms about it.
President is up in arms.
The president's up in arms about it. They're not up in
The
arms about
Eagles
it.
wanted
Colin-
to go to the White House.
They
This
don't- they
started
will
today
not-
because they did not want to
They
go.
will- If the president was serious about this, and let's just cut the about criminal justice reform, real serious people in the White House talking about criminal justice reform, he wouldn't trot out Kanye West and Kim Kardashian talking about this is good for the black vote.
New County is
Everything
reporting.
he does,
Shasta County.
every single thing he does,
Cox leading. In Shasta County, John Chung's lead has shrunken to 7 no, I'm just kidding. John Chung has shrunken to 7.5%.
We'll rip him.
The culture wars.
I just realized John Cox might actually get second because if you think about it, he was endorsed by the president, so Republicans are gonna back behind him.
George W. Bush around in 2004 when he was running for re-election, and his campaign made sure that there were anti. And it helped them.
Bill Clinton did this.
And on the flip side as well. So it's not the first time. And it is, you guys are having a very important policy discussion, but this is raw politics. This is blatant, absolute.
Wait, Asher, you're already out of school, right?
I mean, it is
Yeah.
personal. He didn't.
I still got 2
it
days
is
left.
Raw politics. I agree with you 100%.
Ooh.
But it's also personal for him. It's about him. He was offended. He wasn't going to have the photo op that he wanted, so he canceled this. And you can't take Trump out of anything Trump does and say it's also not about him personally.
Gotta get another quick break in when we continue to bring latest from those California primary races.
So Newsom's about to hit 30,000. Ow. John Cox is about to get 270,000, 29%. Charles Sons about to get 14%. And Anthony Vigorosa and John Chung coming at 5th.
Back to the office. Babe, I can help you do that right now. Software built for small business. Hi, Thrive.
Help me with scheduling?
Sure thing. Up top. Hi, Thrive.
Payments?
Hi, Thrive.
Promotions?
Hi, Thrive.
Email marketing?
Almost
Some
there.
parts
Hold
of
on. Wait
the
for it. Hi,
day.
Thrive.
Manage my customer list?
Can do, will do. Hi, Thrive. Thrive, my friend. Get started for free at thrive.com.
My father. Now you hunt them.
Adios.
And this girl was witness to the mission.
You gotta get rid of her. I can't do that.
At Men's Warehouse. $9. Plus it's buy one, get one free on select items. Dad's gonna like the way he looks.
A Hilton getaway means you get more because you get another day in paradise. Get a sunset on a Sunday. Get more stories to share. Get more from your summer getaway with exclusive Hilton offers. Book yours only at Hilton.com.
I'm Chris Cuomo.
Your time to read this.
He's cleaning your car. Facts matter. Just tell the truth.
Cuomo Prime Time, tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on CNN.
When you rent a car on Turo,
Alright, we're back. So,
a real person. No shuttle rides, no wait.
LA County's not reporting. Just kidding. Kern County is reporting.
so currently, it's 9.2% for Karen DeLeon and 10.4 for James Bradley. So, currently, it's pretty close for second place.
Just like life. Ready for tomorrow when it comes. So we made you some simple free tools that let you see how what you do today will affect your tomorrow. So you can make smart choices about how to spend your money and your life. Personal Capital. Get to know your money.
The Lead with Jake Tapper. Tomorrow starting at 4 Eastern on CNN.
More late numbers now from California coming up an hour after poll closing. Let's go to John King. What do we know?
Alright, they're reporting right now. Some results.
We're getting early results. We don't have a lot of today votes. It's mostly early votes.
Sacramento's now reporting in the Senate.
Districts we're keeping an eye on, some because they're competitive, some because they have interesting personalities. Duncan Hunter, for example, a Republican incumbent. Districts down by San Diego. This is a solid Republican seat.
Because the
He's
Bay
under
Area,
the corruption allegations. A lot of questions. Can he survive? Well, he's certainly surviving his primary tonight. We'll see how that one goes forward. Let's move up the coast a little bit.
You're talking about the California House districts.
He's a national name. Used to be chairman of the Oversight Committee. A thorn in the Obama administration side. He is why do we care about this district? Number one, because it's an open race. Number two, Hillary Clinton carried this Republican-held district, so it's one of the Democrats' top targets. It looks like, again, it's only 4% of the vote. Right now, a Republican in first place and a bunch of Democrats competing for the second spot. This one's going to take a while. Again, that number hasn't changed in a while. Just going to move up the coast again. A race we're watching nationally again. Dana Rohrabacher, close to Vladimir Putin, gets a lot of controversy even from his fellow Republicans. running for re-election. This was another one of those 7 Clinton districts. Democrats think they have a chance here along the coast. Right now, you have a Democrat in second place, a Republican close behind. Republicans think this is possibly one of the races where the Democrats get locked.
So yeah, they have a lot of early votes on CNN.
Presented by Republicans, Democrats think they can have.
Wait, CNN
Here's
has
the
more
problem.
votes reported?
They're worried that in 3
Yeah.
of them, 3 of the 7, because of this jungle primary, it is possible. We're going to count the votes.
I'll be right back. I need to leave.
Alright.
Actually, I need to
Win
go.
in
Bye.
November, if they have a strong candidate, they might not have a candidate because of this jungle primary. That's the big drama in California tonight.
Yeah, unusual.
Exclusive forming tray provides a snug fit and grind-free sleep. Protect with Dentec.
The idea from Gwynnie B really came from...
Alright, y'all. So, I might leave, in a bit. Leaving the stream just, right there for you guys to keep watching. So I gotta go do some stuff, but, basically, I'm gonna keep the, stream going, until I have to, you know, leave. And currently, the second spot for the Senate is closing up between James Bradley and Ken DeLeon.
Almost there. Hold on. Wait for it. High drive.
Manage my customer list?
Democrat, Republican, of course. And then the governor's race is what we're paying attention to.
Get started for free at Thrive.
Gavin Newsom in first, margin of 20,000 votes, 420, and 34%. 330,000, 27% for John Cox.
Simply enter your destination and see all the hotels you stay.
Sorry, 250,000, 13%, 12.5 or 12% for Travis Allen, and 10% for Antonio Vigoroso, 125,000. John Trump in distant fifth, 90,000.
Watching this special edition of 360. Our primary coverage continues,
7%, and that's it.
Anderson, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is CNN Tonight. I'm Don Lemon. Just about midnight here on the East Coast. We're live with all the information for you on this breaking news on election eve here. On the election night, I should say. It's election night in America, the biggest primary night of the year so far. Votes being counted right now from coast to coast. And what we learned tonight could tell us a lot about whether there will be a blue wave in the midterms come November. So 8 states voting. But California is really make or break. Take a look at your screen right there. If Democrats are going to have a shot at taking back the House, it could all come down to really the Golden State here. So tonight's vote really, really matters nationwide. We have a lot to get to over the coming hours here on CNN. I want to go straight, though, to CNN's chief national correspondent, Mr. John King. He's at the Magic Wall for us this evening, or this morning, in just a couple minutes. A couple seconds, depending on where you are. Hi, John. 8 states with primary races, including a state that likes to be a thorn in Trump's side. Really, I'm talking about California. What do you know? Give us the very latest.
No question about it. In such a blue state, Don, in presidential politics, a blue state, blue governor, blue state with House delegation, you would think if there's a blue wave, California's going to send a big message to President Trump, right? Well, how big will the blue wave be? That's the big question in November. We're watching these House primaries. We're watching this 53 Republicans. Really, 8 or 10 of them matter most to us tonight. As we watch them, one of the big questions is this jungle primary. California rules. top two finishers, doesn't matter party. Two Republicans finish first and second, they're on the ballot in November. Two Democrats, same thing. So Democrats, the big worry for Democrats is in some of the districts they think they should be competitive in November, they're worried tonight because so many Democrats are running, they might not even have a candidate. Let's go down the ballot here. This is a safe Republican seat, Duncan Hunter, but he's been in some trouble because of ethics and corruption investigations. He's winning his primary tonight. If he wins that, it's a safe Republican seat normally. We'll watch that into November. This one gets more interesting. This is Darrell Iss's district. He is not running for re-election. Darrell Issa, nationally known, used to be the Oversight Committee chairman of the Obama administration.
So right now, they're looking over at some House districts.
Not running for re-election. Hillary Clinton won this district in the presidential year 2016. So Democrats logically say this should be one of our targets in 2018. Right now, a Republican in first. The question is, will there be candidates running because it's an open seat? Only 4% of the vote in, Don. This one could take well into the morning, could even take well into the week before we see the candidates. Another key race, another Clinton district, Republican held. Dana Rohrabacher, the incumbent here, Republican. The question is Dana or against a Republican. Again, only 16% of the vote in. A lot of other candidates down here as well. This is going to take a while to count, but another one of those districts. Just want to pull out the map a little bit to show you just another name you know well. You've mentioned it quite a bit on your show in the last year. Why? Devin Nunes is the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, very prominent in defending the president, accusing the FBI of spying on the Trump campaign, for example. He's comfortably winning his primary. Democrats have had dreams of winning this district in 2018. They say he's become a national Republican. He's ignoring this farm district. That's a pretty safe Republican seat, but let's see who his opponent is as it plays out. Let me move over here, Don, just to show you why this matters.
Does anyone else love the magic ball?
This districts here, these 7, Republican held now, carried by Hillary Clinton. Makes perfect sense, right? We should be a blue year. We should be able to get them. Here's the problem with the jungle primary rule. The Democrats are worried that in 3 of these districts at least, Ed Royce is retiring, Darrell Issa is retiring. How many Democrats ran in these races? The Republicans on the ballot in November. So they could get locked out of 3 districts that they think, if they have a candidate, they got a pretty good chance of winning. That's part of the drama of the count tonight. And I can bet you in at least 1 or 2 of these districts, Don, we'll be talking about this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We might not know tonight.
We're learning a lot more about the California and how the voting actually works there. You mentioned the jungle primary and that Democrats have fears of being shut out there. Why did they go to this particular system in the first place, John?
Governor Schwarzenegger, who was more of an independent, elected first in a recall election, was trying to push political reforms. A lot of
yeah, we're coming back to Schwarzenegger.
Political stagnation, if you will. They thought this was the way to go. A lot of people thought it was a good idea at the time. A lot of Democrats were behind it at the time. A lot of them are having second thoughts this year, Doc.
Mr. John King, thank you very much. You got a lot of people here who are giggling at your last comment. I will introduce them now. So I want to bring in, thank you, John. I'll bring in CNN political director David Shalian, chief political correspondent Dan Bash, chief political analyst Corey Ford.
All right, so taking a look at new votes, we have Gavin Newsom, almost at 500,000 votes, 34%. John Cox at 364,000 votes, 265,000 almost, 27%. 100 and almost 70,000 votes, 12%, 12.5% around there. For Travis Allen, Antonio Villaraigosa at 10%, 140,000 votes, and John Chung barely creeping over 8% and 100,000 votes. So, again, the second place seat for James Bradley,
and it is a real battle.
And Kevin DeLeon is close.
You look at these districts in California, the 7 districts that Hillary Clinton won that have a Republican in them. That's about a third of the way. If you're adding up to get to 23, the Democrats see California as a place to get a third. It's a real treasure trove. But because of this system, we're looking to see in some districts, do Democrats not, because of all the enthusiasm out there and all the candidates that have run, do they block themselves out of some of these districts, and therefore these golden pickup opportunities are gone, and it complicates the math to the majority.
Can you imagine, Corey?
Well, the surprise of the night definitely is John Cox.
Candidates who have, we were joking about Curb Your Enthusiasm. In California, and say to some people, we need this progressive.
And this is what I was talking about. Los Angeles County just came in, and Antonio Villagrosa has jumped in front of Travis Allen, and now has 163,801 votes, 12%. Third place, still behind John Cox, now in front of Travis Allen. And this is what I was talking about. Gavin Newsom, of course, is expected to take it early on, but he got the batch of votes that he needed to overtake Travis Allen.
Having said that, yes, this is.
If you take a look,
California, as David and Gloria pointed out, this is
again,
something that was intended, ironically.
John Trump now at 9%, 125,000 votes.
Jerry extremes more moderate, and at least so
Travis
far,
Allen,
because it's so unique and so complicated.
Travis Allen.
Now, we're talking about of the 7 districts
at 150,000 votes, almost 11%, 10.5. Antonio Villagrosa at 12%, 136,000 votes.
That still leaves, and maybe not, but let's just say for the Democrats,
almost 400,000 votes for John Cox, and almost 100 million votes, or half a million votes for Gavin Newsom, 34%.
23, especially when they're playing it, and it should have been easy, and it makes it interesting. And
to make your point, 9 of the 10 California House districts rated as competitive by CNN are currently held by Republicans. 7 of those districts voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, and then yet, possibility, we don't know that they could get shut out. This could be a big night for women.
Huge night for women. Huge night. I mean, look at Kay Ivey in Alabama, in Iowa. Kim Reynolds didn't even face competition. Kristi Noem in South Dakota, who was the most competitive race, and she's won. Races as Iowa, 2 women have won. Over 1 woman has won there on the Democratic side. In fact, so far in Democratic primaries, when there have been an open seat, women have been winning about 70% of them. That may go up after tonight.
Interesting. I feel like Wolf Blitzer now because I have a major projection in on election night. CNN projects that Gavin Newsom will claim one of the top 2 spots in the California gubernatorial election, advancing to November general election.
Y'all heard of that?
You know, that's not a surprise.
So CNN just projected that.
But I think the real question
Gavin Newsom
who's going to be
will
the
be
one of
the
are you going to have 2 Democratic candidates
victors
facing off each other?
In the governor's race,
the president endorsed John Cox, the Republican, and kind of
that will
talked him up. Or are you going to have a Democrat
go
and Republican facing
to
off?
the runoff or general election
facing off each other. The Republicans then say, well, that's a problem for us. Because it doesn't motivate
November, so there's one of your people that is going to be in your November runoff. So Gavin Newsom, the lieutenant governor, 33% currently, has been projected to win one of the places in California. Sorry about that. And now he votes in. Villagrosa now has his first county.
So there's going to be a lot more counting tonight.
Let me check what county this is. It's in the South, so Latino vote, of course, a big issue here.
If John Cox does become the second candidate, and they run, that will obviously be a more traditional, it will be a traditional general election face-off.
Okay.
On the Senate side, though, it's very unlikely that you're going to have a Republican in the general election, just like you saw 2 years ago when Kamala Harris ran against Congresswoman Sanchez. So what this, if you kind of take a step back, I know we
Imperial County has gone partially for Antonio Villaraigosa. For Antonio Villaraigosa. Villaraigosa.
From there said to me earlier today, they're not extinct, but they're an endangered species.
And so,
and it really is a remarkable thing.
And John Chung is in distant fifth. 150,000 votes. Travis Sands, 11%, 177,000 votes. Villaraigosa, almost 200,000 votes, 12%. John Cox, 27%, almost 440,000 votes.
Solidified or
and Gavin Newsom, as he told you, projected one of the two great people.
Happening though with this jungle primary, can you still consider this
sorry about that.
What could happen come November? Because it's a state that opposes a lot of Trump's policies, right? Yeah. He's got to be watching this really closely.
John Cox, and Gavin Newsom, as we told you, one of the people that's going to go to the November runoff. Their general election is going to go.
Competing. I know that because I read that somewhere. I didn't count them.
This projected winner is at 33% with over 500,000 votes.
It's a different state, but what it does measure, I think, I do think we can sort of say from looking at that and the number of people competing and the primaries we've looked at so far, this enthusiasm on the Democratic.
I'm just wondering if the anti-Trump fervor is it could happen here. We shall see. So stick around, everyone. We're going to see you in just a minute. When we come back, Democrats hoping to energize voters with their anti-Trump message, but could that actually work against them in California? We're going to go live to one of the hardest fought races in the state. We'll be right back.
Feel the Claritin.
Sorry about that.
Relief from symptoms caused by over 200 allergens, like those from Buddy. Because stuffed animals are clearly no substitute for real ones. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
So currently, again, since California closed their polls, so late that while they're we're gonna have to wait a long time, potentially even until tomorrow, to see a lot of victors.
Transitions, light under control.
With Expedia, you can book a flight, hotel, car, and activity all in one place. Everything you need to go. Expedia.
The closer you get to home, the more you know the commute is worth it. For all the work you pour into this place, you sure get a lot more out of it. You and that John Deere tractor. So versatile, you can keep dreaming up projects all the way home. It's a longer drive, but just like a John Deere, it's worth it. Nothing runs like a Deere. Now you can own a 1E subcompact tractor for just $99 a month. Learn more at your John Deere dealer.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen, not machines. With seductive Italian style built for experiences, not shows.
And so,
the Alfa Romeo Giulia, Motor Trend's 2018 Car of the Year. And introducing Stelvio. And
we haven't checked this in a while.
Romeo, the perfect balance of engineering and emotion.
In the lieutenant governor's race, we
getting more out of life by starting with Miracle
currently
potting mix and plant food. Together guaranteed to produce 3 times the harvest. More to enjoy, to share. 3 times the harvest, one powerful guarantee.
Currently, you have
ADT Yard Sign stands watch over your home and family. 140 years of tested, trusted, 24/7
we currently have
and a custom-built system with
Eleni, not gonna try to pronounce the last name. Or let's try Kualankis. 22% with 410,000 votes, 270,000 votes, 20%. Cole Harris, Ed Hernandez, right behind 11,000 votes, 300, almost at 360,000 votes, 180,000 votes for David Fenrell, and the other ones are in David Blake, or in distant past places. But now again, taking a look, this second place, James Bradley and Kevin DeLeon are fighting for second place, although it's expected to go to Kevin DeLeon, so so
A watch party for Hans Kier City because of some of the supporters. They have their drinks. They are anticipating that it could be a while. But when the very first initial results came down, they were looking here at his screen, and he was surrounded by supporters as he stood right about here, and he said, "We are not the Democratic spoilers." That's the hope. The very reality. Basically split the Democratic vote. That is the nightmare scenario for National Democrats, and then they would be completely shut out of November. But again, it is early in the evening. Right now, Dana Rohrabacher in the initial count is leading. Number 2, as Hans Kier said. And so for these supporters, even though it is still very early, they are optimistic and they are hoping that a Democrat will get through California 48 and that nightmare scenario will not come to fruition. Don?
All right, Kyung, thank you. Very noisy.
Let's check California 48.
It's right now a Democrat, but it's a very, very
It's
tight
currently
48. In fact,
California
all the
48
races
is
where Democrats get shut out. That one has the highest probability at this point.
Dana
Because
Rohrabacher
it's a very, very close race. I mean, if
is
there it is on
the one
screen
that's
right now.
currently
I mean,
leading
if
the
you look
incumbent.
at the 48th versus the 49th versus
Hans
the 39th
Kierenstead
versus
is
the
currently in
48th
second.
probability, the race
Then you
right now
have
is
more
closest
people
in the
behind.
48 as of, what is
And-
that, 300 votes?
And it's a conservative district. It's a Republican district, and the Republican running to run against Rohrabacher is well known.
Yeah.
He's well known. He's got a high name ID, and this is not a district that tends to. There hasn't been a Democratic bench there.
You're
So the
talking about
Democrats
Scott
aren't.
Baugh there.
Scott Baugh.
Yeah, who the national Republicans also were pouring money into this race to support both Rohrabacher and Baugh because they're trying to block out a Democrat. And Harry is right. I mean, you saw the numbers there, Don. It's really close. We're scrolling the numbers across the bottom of our screen all night long. Everyone watching at home should stay tuned to this.
Looks like we have a
district
projection.
because this is going
In
to
the
be one
45th district.
probably that is most likely to have a potential of a.
The
All right,
incumbent,
more analysis on it. I need to get to I'll let you be the first to talk on the other side. I got to get to John King. and
will
John
win
King's
handily.
magic wall.
This is
John,
district
I
that Hillary
understand
Clinton
that,
did carry,
you have
though.
some information about governors. Is that correct?
Yeah, let's look at the governor's race. And before we do, these are the House districts.
Are you
Just a
talking about the
reminder of this
governor's?
conversation. Just how big California is, how complicated California is, how diverse California is. And when it comes to campaigns, look at all those TV markets, how expensive California is. Let me go to the governor's race. You mentioned earlier, Gavin Newsom, CNN is now confident projecting he will advance to the November election. The big question is, will his opponent be a Democrat or a Republican? You see all the red in here? This is the more conservative part of the state. You get away from the coast. John Cox running up a pretty good total right now. The caution, Don. We're at 33%, so about a third of the vote. But David Chellian was talking earlier. There's the problem down in Los Angeles. That's where former Mayor Villaraigosa was from. But look at this, 33%, almost 34% for Gavin Newsom. Then a Republican there, a Republican running third. Here's the big question mark. Does that hold? Does Anthony Villaraigosa stay third or fourth place? If that's the case, you get a more traditional race. Newsom would be favored. or when the votes come in down here, you see a lot of gray, and you also are just waiting. I just want to hit Los Angeles just to see where we are. Just 5% of the vote in Los Angeles. That's Villaraigosa's base. So a ways to go.
Hey, John,
but a reminder again of the jungle primary. Sure thing, Don.
Yeah, we can call it for Cox now. You want to talk about that?
There you go. Well, that is very significant. Number one, Gavin Newsom.
Wow.
Jerry Brown is the incumbent governor. California is a blue state.
They just projected it for John Cox. So, as New York Times is barely projecting it for Gavin Newsom, we know our two nominees, Gavin Newsom, the lieutenant governor, and John Cox.
In the statewide race. If the wave gets big again, 8 House districts out of California.
Wow.
What does that have to do with the governor's race? It's turnout throughout the state. So it is very important for a to have a candidate in a statewide race. That is progress, if you will. They have a long way to go, but if that's the case, we're now projecting John Cox as that, a Democrat political comeback campaign, and it's a big win for the California Republican Party just to have a candidate. Gavin Newsom will be heavily favored.
Thank you very much, Mr. John King. We'll get information. We always go back to Mr. John King. Let's bring the panel back in. Gloria, as John said, this is a more traditional governor's race now, a Democrat and a Republican.
It is, but I bet they're really happy at the White House right now because the president went, tweeted, I think multiple times about
a week ago?
About John Cox. He clearly Newsom, as John was just because they've got a real.
So yes, a shocker. John Cox has been projected the winner.
This is one way to do it because to have a Senate race, as Dana was saying,
or at least the second
between two Democrats.
But it's also it's
the second place winner for in the governor's race, John Cox, which is a surprise because
have not been able to do, which is rally around
because most people thought
it
was going to be
in these key districts. Now they have an embarrassment of riches, they argue, because
Gavin Newsom and Antonio Villaraigosa.
On the Republican side, it could have gone a different way, but the fact of the matter is they organized themselves, starting at the top with the President of the United States, to say, this is our guy. The House Majority Leader, Kevin McCarthy, whose district is in California, of course, he did the same thing, and it's very, you can't underscore enough, I think, how important this is for the Republicans in the state.
Wow.
Still, though, Gavin Newsom is the favorite, right?
Yeah. Gavin Newsom is clearly the favorite. The early polls have him well ahead. But talk about the perverse incentives of the top two system, because Gavin Newsom wanted to face John Cox in the fall. He did not want Antonio Villaraigosa in the general election with him. And so you had a different set of beliefs or priors. Democrats wanted Villaraigosa, but Newsom himself is very, very happy this evening.
Why didn't he want?
Because that was a shot he could lose that. There's just very little shot that he
consolidates
can
the Democrats.
Exactly. He will get that Democratic vote large in California.
I want to ask you about this, David, because the former President Bill Clinton, as you know, has been out and about and stirring some controversy. He was on Stephen Colbert last night, and he was still cleaning his recent answer about Monica Lewinsky. So my question is, how many Democrats in the fall want to campaign with him after all of this? Here it is right here.
Here's what I want to say. It wasn't my finest hour, but the important thing is that was a very painful thing that happened 20 years ago. The family, to Monica Lewinsky and her family, to the American people. I'm in it then, I'm in it now. I've had to live with the consequences every day since. And I still believe this Me Too movement is long overdue, necessary, and should be supported.
What do you think?
So this is the second day in a row of cleanup after the initial interview aired on the Today Show yesterday morning. He seems to be getting the cleanup right a bit more, but that doesn't change your political question, Don, which is the fact that Bill Clinton obviously can still go out and raise a lot of money. But when you talk to people who talk to him a lot, and you talk to Democratic candidates out there, he is not on the top of Democratic candidates' request lists of bring in Bill Clinton to my district, because he is of another era, and his past is very...
So, clearly a sadness for so clearly sadness for Democrats right now. Well, not all Democrats, but like Villagrosa supporters. But the issue is that now Gavin Newsom will probably easily win this. But right now it's not, of course, for sure, but a huge blow. This could actually, this easily means something went wrong in polling.
From Democrat, I don't ask them what they are, but they'll tell me that. Why are you guys focused on that? We dealt with it. He paid the price. And so let's move on. What about the guy in the White House right now? That's what I'm hearing.
But those are Democrats. So
I know. That's what I agree with you.
And if we don't want to raise that issue because it helps Donald Trump with all of his problems, right. Stormy Daniels and everything else. I want to point out that Bill Clinton's wife didn't use him very much on the campaign trail during the last election.
Especially after towards the end, because in the beginning he screwed up a lot. Remember?
Well, he did,
because Donald Trump also was weaponizing his past.
Right.
And exactly, and that could
Oh, look. Kim De Leon just passed James Bradley. 10% exactly. 200,000 votes. So it looks like I think you'll just surpass him and pretty easily win. So clearly this is a shocker.
Performance enthusiasts.
Well, maybe not a shocker, just a surprise. Or a surprise to me, because so, clearly, something of polling went wrong. Because I personally believe that due to Trump supporting, John Cox, most Republicans backed, into him as a unified candidate and as a person they personally wanted as their nominee. Sorry about that. But
Oh my, Poro. I cannot believe that Antonio lost to LA. Chung lost.
No.
Alright, we're back. But I'm truly shocked. Like right now, all of the Bay Area, all of the Bay Area just came in. Like and Los Angeles also is doing like really bad. I think Newsom might even win that. Like Rio Grande just fell to 9%. Like really? Asher.
Possibility they get coming out to run in these races, they may cancel each other out. Here's the 3rd district. Dana Rohrabacher, again, vulnerable Republican. Clinton district, Democrat in 2nd right now, but it's very close. You go through, you see some Republicans, but also a lot of Democrats canceling the vote out. Why does this matter? Let me come over here for a minute. Don, give me a sec to go through this. This is the current state of play. Republican. To your key races, your competitive races across the country right now, right? 15 of them Democratic districts. Republicans have a lot more districts where they are vulnerable. These are key races there in play. So, can Democrats get the majority? Well, let's start in the north, right up here. A lot of targets. 5 districts in Minnesota, 4 in Illinois, 5 in Michigan. If it's a big blue wave, Democrats are going to pick up some seats here. Let's come back to the map and go over to the East Coast. A lot of targets in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Virginia. If it's a big blue wave, Democrats are going to get 8, 10, 12, maybe even more here. California won't matter. Again, some more opportunities down here in Florida and Texas. Democrats could pick up a couple here, could pick up more. Modest Democratic year, and they only get 1 or 2 of these. They don't get any of these, or they get 1 or 2. They've only done so-so up in the Midwest and the Northeast. You get out to California, and the Democrats are, say, plus 17, plus 18. They need plus 23. Then these districts out in California become absolutely critical. 10 districts we view as competitive. And
so,
in 3 of these districts, 4 of these
clearly a shocker.
Jungle primary tonight. If there's a big blue wave, again, it won't matter. The House will already be gone, and this will be about the margins. If we get to the West Coast, and they get locked out of 3 or 4 of these districts tonight, that's going.
So, Kevin De Leon, personally, I believe will win. He's at 202,000 votes. Gavin Newsom and John Cox are already projected winners by CNN. Let me see. No copyright, please. No. Alright, so, 1.2 million votes for Gavin Newsom. 42% with the Bay Area still coming in. 500,000 votes for John Cox, 21%. About 1/4 of a million votes, 9% for Antonio Villagrosa. Travis Allen at 9% is about almost gonna surpass Antonio Villagrosa. John Chung at 7%, and yeah, just surprise. Sorry. Alright guys, so that will be today's very long stream. Essentially coverage of the whole Super Tuesday primary midterm election night, however you want to say it. And you want me to talk about California 48? Right before I go, do that for you. I already talked about this earlier. Dana Rohrabacher, who's a Republican, with the Democrat behind. With the Republican being behind again. This is around Orange County, a county that Hillary Clinton carried. But again, the Democrats might get locked out with Scott Bogg winning, so they could easily get locked out of this competitive seat. So clearly, many close races and opportunities for Democrats where they could easily do well or mess up. Just to review, as we know, personally, I believe Kevin De Leon will do pretty well will get second in this Senate race. Gavin Newsom, John Cox were already projected winners in those races. Y'all can check this individually if you guys want. It's in a link. These two won, I guess. But yeah, finally checking with Lieutenant Governor. You can also check these propositions. Javier Becerra, 42% or 44% with almost 1 million votes. Stephen Bailey with 7%, 500,000 votes. Treasurer, Secretary of State. Sorry about that. Cole Harris actually fell out of second place, no, third place. So I suppose these two will win. But yeah, y'all can check this out individually by going to the New York Times and going through their coverage of elections. And yeah, so I hope ending off the stream, I hope you go to check out my past videos. Do go check them out. I'll be posting a governor's election night, hopefully this weekend. And yeah, hope you did enjoy this stream. Go check out my past videos, and I'll see you in the next stream or video. Peace.